Hey, all you StarCraft 2 fans, Pearl Little Baby here. Um, and I am going to start this YouTube channel. I'm a diamond level protoss player, and I'll cast a ton of my own games for you guys. I'm rank 4 right now on the ladder, so hopefully I get promoted to Master League soon. If you guys are Bronze League to where I'm at, I probably can teach you a thing or two. So yeah, I'll cast this game now. So, um, my opponent is Overture, the red Zerg in the top left-hand position, and I'm the blue Protoss in the bottom left-hand position. The map's Tal'darim Altar, and there are these 4 watchtowers, Zelnaga watchtowers, on the map, and if you control the one in between our bases, you'll definitely see any kind of rush coming at you, or any attack for that matter, except for some drops. You could sneak a drop on the side here. So I know he's playing Zerg. He's not playing random or anything like that. So I'm gonna be walling in here. I recommend Forge expanding, but I'm garbage at that. I've been practicing it. I'm gonna get it down sooner or later, and I'll actually do it. It allows you to get much better economy quickly against a Zerg player. I wouldn't try it against Terran or Protoss because they have the range units that they can get out really early that will just shoot away your buildings and you'll be dead. But the basic strategy is that you build a pylon like about here. You build a forge, 2 gateways, and like a cyberkinetic score to wall in. You build a couple cannons behind it, and that'll stop any lings or roaches. You do have to watch out for banelings, but that's why you get a couple sentries at the beginning. You can force field off any kind of attack that actually is threatening to you. So I'm going to be doing the more standard wall in and build my gateway and my cyberkinetics core over here. I am sitting on my scouting probe, and I scout to the wrong position first. But then I see his drone come into my base, and I know that he's probably in the top left-hand position, not the top right, because if he was in top right, he would have had to scout me first, just to have his probe in my base, and I know most people don't scout across the map for their first scouting. So I'm going to assume that he's in the top left, and I'm right about that, so I'm going to send my probe right on up there. That's not that hard to do. Most of you guys can do that. So he's about to do something really annoying here, where he takes his drone and puts it where my cyberkinetic score needs to go to finish the wall in. So I bring this probe. I should be bringing another probe right now, but I almost put it down there, but then he blocked me just barely. His drone's is about to beat me in a fight here too. So I got to run that drone away, bring another probe, and then throw down the cyberkinetic score as soon as possible. I'm also building a zealot. I'm not sure. I am sure. I did see his He-14 hatched, so I know no links will be there very soon, so it's not that big of a deal that I missed my cyberkinetic score by about 15 seconds, but it is kind of annoying. Like, you get warp gate technology out 15 seconds later or whatever, and if you're going to go for any pressure, it's that much weaker, and just overall gives them that much more of an advantage. So if you're a Zerg player, I definitely recommend doing that. Even if you're a Terran player and for some reason a Protoss is walling in, you might as well try to stop that. Protoss don't wall in against Terran. That's just silly. But for anybody that tries to block a Zerg, that's really good too. When you try to block their hatchery or even their spawning pool, that's really good. So blocking buildings, do it. So I do have my Zealot out here, and I'm about to get my Sentry. I did see his 14 hatch, so I know there's not going to be any major pressure on me for a while. So I am going to go for a 1 gate expand, where you build 1 gateway, get a couple sentries, and take your expansion before you throw down those more gateways back here. So I'm going to go for the 3 gate expand, which is still pretty good for your economy, but not quite as good as the 1 gate expand. So my mineral is about to get 400 there, and I'll throw right down my Nexus, and there it is. There are 2 links here, but I already have a Zealot and a Sentry, so there's no way he's getting into my base. I'm going to wait for the second Sentry to come out, just so that I don't need to waste a force field here. I'll be able to stutter step micro my sentries if he tries to get in my base and stop the Zerglings. So I'm pushing out here. He's just going to try to run right by me and get in my base for a scout. If I only had 1 sentry, I would need to put a force field there. Since I waited for that second sentry, I'm able just to go back and kill them. Also, my Nexus didn't take too much damage, about 200 there, but it'll regain its shield pretty fast. So he has his Overlord in position to scout me over here. He also is sending out more lings to try to put some pressure on me. It's kind of silly for a Zerg to do that, I think. Maybe build like 2 Zerglings just to take the tower, but you don't actually need to pressure a Protoss's expansion, especially when you know they have. He knew I already had a Zealot and 2 sentries, and he knew I was building something more, which probably was another sentry. 6 Zerglings against 3 sentries and a Zealot. It's gonna do nothing. So I mean, it's kind of wasted lings. They do have speed though, so they have a chance of getting my main base and scouting, maybe killing a couple probes. So I'm just going to push those away here. They do try to run to the main, but I just throw it on force field, and most of them will get cleaned up. Looks like 2 get away. So this probe is probably about to build a pylon. I'm going to start warping in my units over here, because my warp gate technology did just finish. I need to morph these gateways into, there they go, morphing those gateways into warp gates, and up to 4 sentries now, have about 6 force fields. So I'm really, really good against any ling pressure right here. Roaches, not so much, but most of the time they won't rush for roaches, especially when they get that 14 hatch. He's getting an in-base hatchery, and then he would normally take the 3rd here, but the rocks are there because Blizzard hates you expanding. So he's just going to take an in-base and have extra larvae, but no extra minerals. So he's sending that Overlord Scout in now. He will see my robotics facility and my robotics bay. Sorry about those tabs. I had that open. I didn't have the protection tab open. But so he will scout this and know that I'm going for Colossus just before my stalkers snipe down that Overlord. So he's getting the what is that, Overlord speed and the roach speed. So he'll be able to scout me much better with Overseers or Overlords, and his roaches will be much more powerful and maneuverable. So he is getting a couple roaches now. Probably will think about taking that 3rd base soon. 9 minutes is not that early for a Zerg to take a third expansion, especially on a big map like Tal'darim Altar. I'm waiting for my Colossus to get up, and a little bit. No, I wasn't spy blocked. So I'm waiting for my Colossus to get up, and then I'm going to go for some kind of double or triple Colossus timing push. Against just roaches, this is really, really good, because obviously roaches have tiny amounts of range, and Colossus have massive amounts of range. You can just third step your Colossus back if they try to focus him down. If they don't, they're just going to get roasted anyway. So he'll need some kind of counter to Colossus, like Corruptors or Infestors. I am only going for 1 robotics facility, so I won't have too many. I won't have the I won't have 5 or 6 Colossus, but I'll have a pretty good sized gateway army to support the Colossus. Looks like I have 5 gateways right now. I am going to use these units since they're basically idle units. Might as well attack just these destructible rocks. Just make sure that you're keeping your eye on your mini-map, and if anything tries to come up your ramp, you got to be able to move these back fast and throw down those force fields. So this will fall pretty fast. Yeah, the first class is even coming over to help. The second one's building. Probably should chrono boost that. Now I'm starting to get the extended thermo lance. And yeah, if we look at the income tab, we're about even. He's got me a little bit on minerals. Looks like about even. I actually have 1 more harvester than him, which is not normal for a PvZ. Normally the Zerg will beat the Protoss by at least 10. Because they have that injectability and can build a ton of units. So he's going for his 3rd right now. Instead, I'm going for a big army and try to kill him. He does send another Overlord Scout into my base now, but I'm supply blocked, so I can't warp any units in to kill that. I don't feel like sending back my Stalkers because I feel like he might attack my ramp, and I need all the units I can get. So I'm just going to wait for my pylons to finish here. Then probably warp a couple units in to kill this guy. At the same time, he is moving across the map with his roaches. They do have the 1/1 upgrades that he got from his evolution chambers, and they're going to try to poke me here. This is exactly what I want him to do, because my army is vastly superior to his right now. I have like 40 force fields. I don't even know. 5 sentries. They each have 4 force fields, so 20 force fields. Needs a couple there. Just trying to keep him away. I'm waiting for my 3rd Colossus, I believe, yeah, and I'm also about to get Thermal Lance. So, I'll have 3 Colossus, and he just has roaches. If you go back to the protection tab, he is producing Corruptors now. So he already has 4 actually. So he should probably be ready for my timing bush, but if I micro correctly and snipe down those corruptors with my stalkers, then he might be in some trouble. So the robotic spade did just finish the upgrade for the Colossus, and my 3rd Colossus is out. My 4th one, I should rally this to one of the Colossus. You can make a rally point go to one of your units just by right-clicking on it, so that in the battle I might get a 4th Colossus that reinforces me, which would be really nice. So if you look at the units tab before the fight here, pause it. He's got 33 roaches, 7 corruptors. I have 3 colossus, 15 stalkers, 5 sentries with full energy, and a zealot. So I don't know whether I would say he would win or I would win. If I had really good force fields and guardian shields, then I definitely would win. But he's definitely gonna be, he's reinforcing with 11 roaches right now, so that's a lot more than my 5 stalkers I just built. But I am getting this 4th Colossus, which if I can get that to the fight, that would be really, really good. I'm also getting the +1 attack and armor upgrades over my forges here while my 4th base is coming out. If you guys see what I did there when I was attacking, I did put down my 3rd base, which is really good because a lot of times your macro will get away from you when you're in a fight, when you're microing and doing all that kind of stuff. So putting down a base is really good because by the time you finish the fight, the base will be almost done, and yeah, you'll just be able to like send all your drones over, and you'll have your macro above what it would have been if you didn't build that. So this happens a lot actually, where my gateway army wins the fight, but all my colossus die to the corruptors, and the corruptors fly away. It's really annoying because your colossus are extremely expensive, but at least anyway, I lose the fight. So I do have that 4th Colossus over here now, so 1 Colossus against like 5 corruptors and a bunch of roaches. He does have a concave on me because he's got the high ground, and I don't have blink yet, so I'm going to be forced to pull back here. I ran out of force fields, so definitely forced to pull back. His roaches are faster than me, especially on the creep, so he's going to get a couple stalker kills maybe, but not too many. We'll kill his pile on his probe though. I should have ran him away. So I'm about to finish 1-1. He already has 1-1. Where's he on upgrades? He's getting 2-2 now. So he's beating me a little bit on upgrades, but I would say I'm beating him on tech because I have Colossus. He is getting the infestation pit, and if he gets some infestors, he'll probably be beating me on tech. He is getting the burrow at the same time, which is really annoying because your roaches obviously can move underground when you get the tunneling claws upgrade, and you can use those to harass expansions. You also can use the burrow to use your infestors to burrow and throw up infested Terran or fungal growth, these probes. So it looks like he's been using that to harass. I do have getting blink here, which is really, really useful against roaches, because roaches only have 4 range and stalkers have 6. Just blink the ones in the front to the back and they'll regain all their shield, and it's really, really nice. The fungal growth is a pretty good counter to that. When you're fungal growth, you can't fight, or you can fight, but you can't blink when you're fungal growth. So my blink's not quite finished here. It would be really good to have him in this fight, but he's going to run away anyway. He did get a Colossus kill, but I did kill about 5 roaches, I don't know. I believe the unit's lost. He has lost a few more units than me, but he did have that 3rd base before me, so he'll have more income. So I'd say the game is pretty even right now. It could go either way. Nobody has a clear decisive advantage. He's getting the pathogen glands for the infestors to spawn with 25 additional energy. He's also getting 2 infestors. Those should spawn right after the pathogen glands finishes. Looks like he got his timing off there actually a little bit. But at the same time, the 2-2 is just finishing for him, along with the 1 attack upgrade for air, which will make his corruptors do, I think, 2 additional damage versus my Colossus. I'm pretty sure the massive versus massive, it goes to 22. I did get Archons there from my High Templar. I didn't have enough gas to research the Storm, so I decided to just morph them into Archons. My Colossus is going to go down after using Corruption, but Blink just finishes, and now I'm able to blink against these roaches, giving my Stalkers a huge advantage and forcing him to turn tail and run home. At the same time, I threw down 2 additional robotics facilities because it seems to me like he's going mass roach with air, and what you can do here, which is really, really good. I don't know about the Infestors yet, which is actually a pretty good counter to this, but what you can do is build a couple Colossus, about 2 or 3, and then just mass Immortals, which is what I'm doing here. And it's really, really good against roaches because Immortals do 50 damage versus a roach. When you get the +1, they do 55, +2, 60, and +3, 65 damage against a roach. So 1 Colossus shot and 2 Immortal shots against a roach will kill it. So you just run right through the Immortals with the, or run right through the roaches with the robotics units. And if they're not Colossus, then the Corruptors are worthless. So you just get a few Colossus and a ton of Immortals against this, and it's a really, really good counter to this type of army, especially when I have Blink, because then the Stalkers are like meat shields for the Immortals, basically, but they also do really good damage, and they don't even die, because I just keep blinking them back. Try not to get too many Zealots. They're pretty bad against roaches, but I was low on gas, so I was forced to warp a couple in there. So my Immortals are getting to the battle now. He's got a pretty nice concave on me, and he's focusing on the Immortals. It's really smart by him. If he had the Neural Parasite, he should definitely Neural Parasite the Immortals, because the Immortals are really, really good against Stalkers as well. So my Blink Micro is going to be a little bit too much for him, and he's going to lose all his roaches there. That was, even though he had, actually we were even on upgrades. My 2-2 did finish just before that fight. And now my third attack upgrade is coming. I only have 3 Immortals left over after that fight, 2 more reinforcing. But he comes with a massive push of roaches. So what you can do is, Zerg, I mean, you obviously have better macro than any other race, especially in the mid game when you're on about 3 bases before the protoss can get like 20 warp gates. Once the protoss gets that, they actually can overtake you in the macro of the late game. But right now, he can reinforce his army much faster than mine. See, he's almost got a full army again. He's also beating me by 20 in the supply. If you look at the drones killed, I don't think either of us have killed many drones. He's actually killed 2 of my drones. Or is that me killing? No, that's him killing my drones. So he's only killed 2 of my drones, which is pretty good. There hasn't been very much harassment in this game, but we might see some in the future. He did corrupt the 2 Immortals, which makes them take 20 additional damage. Doesn't matter that much because they got the Hardened Shield. Makes it so they only can take 10 damage anyway from the roaches. So I hold off that attack pretty easily. See, now there, he didn't think I had any Colossus, because I didn't have any Colossus that fight, but now I'm about to build like 3 Colossus. So he's probably not going to make any more Corruptors, unless he's planning on morphing them into Broodlords, which he is, because he's getting a Greater Spire. But see, here's where you can get them. Like, he maybe say he's not going for, it wasn't going for Broodlords, he would reinforce with a ton of roaches, and no Corruptors, and then I would have just a bunch of Stalkers and a bunch of Colossus and some Immortals thrown in there, and that will just eat through the roaches, and that's how you can win a game. Like, say I fought his army, like full maxed out armies, and I only lost 20 supply. Even if he reinforces an entire another army, the game's pretty much over. I'm using a little bit extra gas here to warp in some Archons. They're really good tanks against the the roaches, and they also do additional damage versus biological. So they're a pretty good unit against the roach. I wouldn't say they're a counter, but not bad. I'm getting my 4th base over here. He's had his 4th base mining for a little bit. Look at the income. He's beating me by, actually, he's beating me in gas by about 250. But in minerals, we're pretty much tied because I have more workers than him. He should really invest in about 10 more drones. Would help him out a lot in the economy. He would have a slightly smaller army, but not that big of a deal. Sorry about that. I have a little bit of cold. But I'm using Blink to blink in here. Focus down the Broodlords. Don't just attack the roaches. You also attack the Broodlings, and they're basically limitless meat shields. The Broodlords can just keep spawning up. So if you saw there, I had 4 Immortals and 3 Colossus at the beginning of that. 1 Colossus died, but he only had 3 Corruptors. So they'll all go down, unfortunately, because I didn't micro them. But I do have 4 Immortals left over, and how many kills do these guys have? 6 kills, 6 kills, 14 kills, 16 kills. So look at that. These Immortals just ripped through their roaches, no problem. Like, that guy's a master Immortal now. They also have the 3 attack upgrade, so that they do 65 damage versus the roaches, which is crazy. And they even have the 1 armor, the 2 armor, and the 1 shield. So I got a couple, I'm mined out in the main now. I got a couple probes here. Probably should transfer them over to my 4th. Got a little mortal or overlord problem. My stalkers don't even feel like killing it. That's kind of annoying. But unlike a Terran, unlike a Terran landing his command center, I already had mine down. So I'm gonna finish off that Overlord and tell that Stalker to reinforce the army. So let's see. Looks like I'm reinforcing with 2 more Colossus here. Along with those 4 mortals I already have, I should be fine against these roaches. He only has 3 broodlords, not really the mass broodlord army he wants right now. The late game Zerg should definitely go for about 10 broodlords, reinforced with a couple roaches on the ground, probably about 20 roaches. Then I'm definitely getting infestors. Infestors are really, really good against protoss in the late game, especially when I have all these blink stalkers. You fall in love with them, they take like 40 damage from the infestors, and they can't blink, which makes the roaches much, much better against them. He does have an overseer with his army, with his army, which is really, really smart, because I might get Dark Templar late game, and he had a little bit miscontrol there. He sent his roaches in before his broodlords were there to reinforce, but it won't matter. My immortals are just too powerful. Their immortals have 20 kills, 22 kills, 14 kills on that. His Colossus just roasting the roaches away. 8 kills, 6 kills. I'm going to blink my stalkers, snipe down as many overseers and corruptors as I can. Look at the production tab. He's only making 6 roaches. He's basically broke. He overextended himself with upgrades. And my army composition was just too powerful for him. So it looks like he's going to lose the game here. There's the GG, and he leaves the game. So that's my first video. I'm going to keep posting as many as I can. If you guys like these videos, definitely subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.